Yeah, so we were just talking about prospects for 2016 and the preparations for many, many activities at Silliman University together with Professor Jane Annette Belarmino, Vice President for Development of Silliman University and the Information and Publications Director, also of Silliman, of course, Mr. Mark Raygan Garcia. Before our break, we were mentioning about two big celebrations, centennial celebrations, that is of the Silliman University High School and the Silliman Church. And very specifically in the office of Professor Belarmino, one of the activities that have been lined up for the celebration of the centennial of Silliman Church is the so-called, this should be interesting, Love Month. And we all know when Love Month is, right? In the month of February. And for this year, February 14, which is Valentine's Day, happens to fall on a Sunday. And tell us some more about this, Ma'am Jane, because this is your brainchild in the development office.
Yeah. On February 14, Sunday, at the 9:30 service, the main service, we are going to have, give the opportunity for couples who got married at the Silliman Church to come and renew their vows. So, if you have been married in Silliman Church and you want to renew your vows, please call the church office and register. We ask nothing of you except to register and come in white or pastel colors. The university will take care of the flowers, of the bouquet, and the service. And there will be a small reception after the service. And if you can bring your a potluck contribution, that would be fine. If you can bring some, that would also be fine. Our office will take care of it. And the reception will be done at the back of the Silliman Church in the Memory Garden. Yeah.
Is there a particular number of couples that you have actually anticipated? Or it could be as many of those who have gotten married at Silliman Church?
It could be as many, as long as they register.
Yes.
And then we can verify in our records that indeed they were married at Silliman Church.
Yes, and it doesn't matter how long they have been married, Ma'am Jane?
The longer the better.
Yes,
The longer the better. Like those who've been married for 50 years, or those who've been married for 1 or 2 years, they're welcome.
So long as they got married at Silliman Church. Wow, that's really a nice way of celebrating Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I'd like to go there and watch,
if they can
for myself,
share with us a picture, a wedding picture, which we can flash on screen as they march down the aisle to renew their vows.
So there will be many couples, no?
Many couples, and they can bring their loved ones, their family, and friends to witness the renewal of their marriage vows.
Yeah, and that's going to be by next month already. Before we know it, it's going to be February. It's going to be a very, very busy month for many among our colleges that are also celebrating their weeks and other celebrations besides that. So that's for Love Month in commemoration as part of the centennial celebration of the Silliman Church. Yes.
So we would like to invite everybody, if you've been married, please, at Silliman Church, please call the church office and register. Yes.
That's the only requirement. They need to register.
Register. Right? If they can give the office an old photo of the couple and come in pastel colors, white or pastel Sunday clothes.
Yes, that would be interesting, huh? So that's something to look forward to. And again, in the month of February, specifically on February 14, Valentine's Day at the Silliman Church. Yes. And then Mark, we've been actually reading from our website our efforts, your efforts, of course in coordination with the Office of the Vice President for Development, our efforts at recruiting students, not only within the Philippines, not only within our nearby towns, municipalities and cities, but also internationally. And in fact, we have an international, how do you call the office? International student recruitment office.
No, we have an international student advisor.
Oh, yes, okay. And we have a separate office for that?
Yes, that is under the Office of Student Services.
Okay.
So we made available that position to be able to take care of our international students, numbering 300.
Now.
Yes,
Okay.
from around 40 countries.
Okay. So this is 40 countries enrolled now at
Yes.
Silliman University, and there
Right.
are around 300 of
300 of them.
Yes. Okay. Our efforts at actually recruiting and inviting students from all over the world, international students, that is to come to Silliman, has actually been started way back, right?
Yeah. The plan to pursue international student recruitment and expand our international linkages started way back,
Yeah.
but we were only able to operationalize it this school year.
Yeah.
So we've visited Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, and within the year, hopefully sometime March, we'll be going to East Timor.
Okay.
Now, this is really part of the preparation of Silliman University for ASEAN integration.
Yes,
And we've been coordinating with not only the different Philippine Foreign Service posts or embassies in these countries, but even the Department of Foreign Affairs and the International Affairs section of the Commission on Higher Education. And this is a very welcome development in our trips to these countries. The ambassadors have been very optimistic, and they're very happy because at least in 3 countries, Silliman is the only university from the Philippines that went there to present itself formally for linkages with reputable universities in those countries.
What are the other countries that actually also visited aside from, you mean aside from the Philippines?
Yes, we've gone to Myanmar already, and we have a partnership
Myanmar,
with
yeah.
Raygan University in Myanmar. And we went also to Cambodia. And in
yeah.
Cambodia, Panyasastra University is a
Okay.
new partner of Silliman. And Silliman is the only Philippine university that has tied up with a university in Phnom Penh. And then in
Laos?
Vietnam, 3
Vietnam.
universities, the 2 very prestigious universities, University of Economics and University of Social Sciences, and Wasen University. So these are our 3 partners in Vietnam.
Okay.
And we also went to Laos, and we're
yes.
working out an arrangement with the University of Laos, because in Laos, it's quite different, the educational system. There, it's very much controlled by government.
Okay. So so far, those who have come to Silliman University actually come from a cross section of international students,
true.
right?
Yeah.
So a big majority comes from what part?
The 3 largest student groups, we
Okay.
have the Koreans, and then we have the Americans, and we also have the Iranians. And now there's a growing number of students from Papua New Guinea.
Yes,
So we have students from Papua New Guinea and also from Indonesia. In fact, I think the students from Papua New Guinea, their number has gone up. In fact, more than the number of students from Iran.
And even from way back, really, and I'm talking about the time when we were also students at Silliman University, yeah, we have had classmates also who are foreign students, no? But yes, but I think now, we did not really have so many Koreans at that time, but we had quite a number of Iranians during our time, and
Yeah.
also those who come from Thailanders.
I'd also like to mention that our student, our PT major, has returned from the US, and that is the first time that we sent a student to the United States under an internship program. And this is in partnership with Seton Hall University in New Jersey. And the partnership with Seton Hall University in New Jersey is born of the trip of the 2 vice presidents. Of course, my boss, Professor Belarmino, and the Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Betsy Joytan, they went to the U.S. and went to different reputable universities in the U.S. And Seton Hall University, which is the largest Catholic university in New Jersey, and headed by the first Filipino to ever become president, that's one of the universities that we partnered with in the U.S.
Did we also get a counterpart of our PT student? Meaning, did somebody also come over to Silliman University
That
from
will be
Seton?
coming this
Okay.
school year.
Yes. And I understand that aside from those countries that Mark had mentioned, all those students, we also have a number of students from Germany who are here on, I think, on an internship as well.
No, the students in Germany are actually enrolled in the mainstream.
Yes, yes.
They're enrolled for at least 18 units in the College of Business Administration.
Okay.
This is part of their study abroad program.
So it's part of their curriculum, no?
Enroll in the second sem, take 18 units with our students.
Yes,
get graded for them,
Okay.
and this is credited when they go back to Germany.
How many of these students are enjoying this particular
Well,
program?
the first batch there was 7, and the second batch there was 14.
Okay,
and then there's
big
7
number.
again, and then 8. I think now there's about 8 students of them from Germany.
So they earn a degree. This is part
No,
of their curriculum.
they only earn 18 units.
18 units
for one semester.
Yes, but this is part of their degree program back in Germany.
Yes, Ingolstadt University in Bavaria.
Okay. Yes, and we have a number of them enrolled now during the second semester. That's really very interesting. In terms of our marketing efforts, and I think this is also part of the Office of Information and Publications, we invite students, especially in preparation for senior high school, no? Because this is also another aspect of our interview for tonight. And our efforts at marketing and recruitment as well. How far are we in this particular effort?
You know, senior high school is a different ballgame in itself. And even treating or our approach to marketing also needed to be adjusted and calibrated. Because now, our feeder schools, they're also offering senior high school. But we're happy that we have already launched our online reservation system. And we'd like to inform everyone that wherever you are in the country or in the world, you can already apply to the senior high program because slots would be limited. And that's on the website, su.edu.ph/senior high. We're happy that a number have already pre-registered, and they don't only come from Negros Oriental. They come from Mindanao and others from Manila as well.
Yeah, a few Mondays ago, also in the same program, I had a chance to interview our senior high school principal, no? Newly appointed senior high school principal in the person of Professor Flor de Lisa Siliero, and she had actually informed our televiewers also of where to go, what the requirements are, including our battle cry. Now, it's a slogan, I think, that President Malayang has come up with the efforts of everyone in the university as well. It's like experiencing college life while in high school, no?
Yeah,
and I think that's also one come on at Silliman University. You're correct, Mark. Our feeder schools also offer senior high school, but for us, Ma'am Jane, in Silliman University, we offer all tracks, right?
We offer all tracks.
Okay,
That's right.
all 4 tracks.
All 4 tracks. We have the academic track, we have the sports track, we have the tech voc track, and we have the arts and design track.
So we are fully prepared. If I have to say this, especially that we will be opening senior high school by June of 2016. Now, Professor Siliero, in my interview with her as well, said that many actually go to her office and inquire. For example, no, a very legitimate inquiry is something like this. What, ma'am, if my child, for example, would decide not to follow this track that he or she may have chosen in the first place? Can my child or can this particular student still go to another track without finishing the initial track that he or she may have chosen?
Yes, they can do that.
Yes, okay. Yeah, Mark?
Actually, that's one of the unique features of the senior high program in Silliman. We'd like to emphasize that what probably distinguishes our senior high program is the fact that the program will be taught by college teachers with masters and PhD in college facilities, and in such a way that students who in the middle of the school year would be deciding to pursue another track can do so very well. So there is flexibility. But our program has been thought out in a way that our students, once they graduate from senior high, are able to get a good career, are able to prepare themselves for competitive employment or for very hard work in college.
Because that's the objective, the primary objective actually of senior high school, right? For employability of the graduates, yeah.
So after senior high school, they can either put up their own business themselves. They would be able to know how to do that and run the businesses and make it successful. They can pursue their professions after 2 years, or they are really prepared for very, very hard college work, because the college will now be completely different now from what we have experienced. Yes.
Yes, and in one of our meetings now with the deans and directors, and including yourselves also, Dr. Malayang's emphasized that it is not actually a diminution a diminution of college years, but an addition, no, to college years. So for example, our college years is like 4, tertiary, no? That's tertiary. So we add 2 more years because of senior high school.
It's actually preparing them for college work that would become more rigorous now than what we have learned before.
Exactly,
Because the 2 years in senior high, can you imagine a student, once completing that, can already pursue a profession after 2 years in senior high, or can proceed to more rigorous college work. So that's why in Silliman, we want to make sure that they get the best quality education so they can prepare for their careers.
Another inquiry, according to Professor Ciliero, was a mother actually came to her office and said the school, or the high school, or the school where her student is currently enrolled in would not be offering senior high school, no? So she said, where will I go? But of course, she went to Silliman. She went to the office of the senior high school principal and inquired, no? So I think this again augurs well for us at Silliman University, because not, of course, no offense meant to anyone, but not all. Some schools may offer certain tracks, but not all 4 tracks, no? But at Silliman, we offer all 4 tracks. And one thing that was also emphasized is that we do not require the students to be in uniform, right?
That's correct.
No uniform.
No
it's
uniform.
going to be a college-like experience.
Okay, yeah. I wonder why it became a bone of contention, because according to Ma'am Ciliero, again, she received many calls from her office inquiring whether they would be required to wear uniforms, because after all, they would still be in high school, no? Senior high school, that is. So that's very important. So no uniform. But the fees that our parents and our guardians and significant others would be paying would be for a semester, right? Yeah, so each single semester they would pay a particular fee. Yeah, and that's a very good development. In fact, very recently, right, Mark, you indicated in our website that we are now receiving online, right?
That's correct.
Online.
Now, some of the parents might be inquiring as to how much you're going to allot for senior high program in Silliman University, for that kind of experience where you have masters and PhD professors teaching your children in facilities that are enjoyed by current students. It's a wise investment to put them under a program in Silliman University where the tuition is definitely much lower than how much it would cost if you sent the student to college, but slightly higher than what you're paying for high school now. But we say that if you talk about senior high, you really have to ask yourself, what kind of a future do I want my son or daughter to have? And we are working very hard in the university together with our faculty and staff to be able to ensure employability for our students, for them to venture into their professions, into their interests right after senior high, and to have a solid foundation for, as Professor Belarmino said, what would be a very rigorous college life come 2018, 2 years after implementation.
And this is actually in answer also to the educational system that we are having right now, where we only have how many years, no? 12 10 years of basic education, and then here you're thrust into the professional world, where I think not many are actually ready to go into. Yeah, so this is another answer, and many, in fact, were asking, can we still there are certain sectors in society that actually are saying that K plus 12 would not materialize by 2016. But this is now a law, right? So this will really be implemented by 2016, and many schools, in fact, are already getting themselves ready. Mark,
I'd like to add that this is a very empowering program because students whose inclination are in arts, for example, or tech voc, they can pursue it in senior high and they can enjoy it right after graduation from senior high. That's why when we went over the initial results of the online survey, interestingly, there were a number that said what we want to pursue as a track is arts and design. But majority went for academic track. But there's arts and design and there's tech voc. So I think that's proof positive of the empowering value of the senior high program.
I think I like the way you put it, that it is an investment actually, no, on the part of the parents, guardians, and significant others, because as Professor Belarmino had mentioned, the employability factor, right?
Yes, and
is
starting
really very
their own
high.
businesses, they can practice their professions after college.
And looking at the 15 core subjects that the students would be getting, my goodness, I don't think they have time to, cut classes, because these are really very difficult subjects, really meant to prepare them for the big world out there.
Subjects have, in the junior high school, each subject has about 50 hours. But for senior high school, it's now 80 hours. So it's really very, the intention really is that when you're done with senior high school, you're ready to enter the workforce, the professional
and you meet
world.
every day for 2.5 hours, right? That's for senior high school, the
Yes.
schedule, as a matter of fact. So we're ready for 2016, June 2016, for the offering of senior high school. So as we close our program, after all, we're running out of time, maybe I can ask Professor Belarmino and Mr. Garcia to say in a few words things that you would like to inform our television, not really inform them lengthily, but invite them to certain programs that we have at Silliman University. Professor Belarmino first.
We'd like to invite you to consider senior high school at Silliman University. We are preparing to give your students the best quality education to help them prepare for life after senior high, be it in employment or entrepreneurship, or to pursue college life. And I would like you to invite them to visit the website for those who are interested to lease Portal East. And also, of course, to register for Love Month if you have been married at Silliman Church.
And thank you very much, Ma'am Jane. And then Mark?
I think at the end, we have to ask ourselves, what can we give back to the community? And in Silliman University, I think the very remarkable value of a Sillimanian is at the end of the day, we ask ourselves the question, what with the best that we have can we share with the community the most? And that is also the theme around which we develop our senior high program, to be able to inspire students to share what they have with the community at the end of the day. So Professor Belarmino invited you all to visit our website. So that's www.su.edu.ph. And for those who'd like to register already for senior high, because slots would be limited, please do so on the website, su.edu.ph/senior high. So that's the website address. We'd like to thank also our friends from the MIS for helping us set up the system.
Very good, very good. And yes, and incidentally, this year, 2016, we will be celebrating, the university will be celebrating also its 115th Founders Day. No? So many things really to look forward to as we open a brand new year today and onwards as well. And in fact, our theme for Founders Day is now and always. And that has actually been our theme last year and onwards as we look forward to many, many good things that will be happening in our university. So thank you once again, Professor Jane and Mr. Garcia, Mr. Mark, especially so that you have enlightened our televiewers and those who would be enrolling come June, especially for senior high school. Thank you once again. So with that, friends, we bring to a close another live episode of hashtag SU, especially that we are looking forward to many, many good things and many bright prospects for the university come 2016. So thank you once again. We'd like to greet all our televiewers, all our Sillimanians, especially those who are coming from various places. We shall be having our classes already by tomorrow, and of course today is a working day and we have many things to look forward to. So with that, we bring to a close another episode. And I'd like to say once again that you can catch our episode in case you may not have caught this tomorrow. We have a replay and also on YouTube. This has been Cecil Henove bidding everyone a pleasant evening.